how do people perceive you as an atheist? Like, I was talking to Kumar Nage. He is one of the founders of the Bright Society, which is a
Hmm.
Maharashtra-based atheist group, which I'm also a part of because they're kind of spreading their footprint a little bit. I had spoken to him, and he said that India, as far as being atheist is concerned, is very tolerant. At least most Hindus don't really mind if you're an atheist. So
Hmm.
the things that we hear about that have happened in the US, where people have been fired, people
Yeah.
have lost their families for coming out as atheist. I wanted to get your perspective on how that is. You've spoken to so many people, and in your own life, have you felt any sort of discrimination or any stigmatization against atheism or you per se?
No, in my personal life, I have not because, as I said, my immediate family is quite chill. But
Mhm.
I think the reason some countries tend to have a more the outcome of being an atheist tends to be more serious in some countries. You have to look at it from the perspective of what that country, what religion means in that country, and what they value. So here's something I'll tell you. If it is a simple matter of not believing in God, then Abrahamic religions are going to be harsher on it because believing in God is a very vital thing there.
Yeah.
In India, not believing in God alone will not bring harsh punishments, but rejecting a guru or the caste system will bring harsh punishments. Upper caste Hindu children can afford to tell their parents that I don't believe in God, and their parents will be like, yeah, eat your food and go do your homework. But the day they say that the guru that the family believes in or the deity that the family believes in was a liar or a cheat, that day there will be serious consequences. Or the day they say that our family is someone that belongs to an oppressor caste, that day it will be harsher consequences. We have seen intercaste marriages being punished all over India by death, by families, in fact.
Yeah, yeah.
We honor killing, apparently. That's what it is called. It should be called dishonor killing. So the foundation of a religion abroad might be God. In India, it is not. And that is why I think that the simple act of not believing in the existence of God is okay in most Hindu households. Unless you are someone who goes after, like these days, it's even more complicated because we have brought God back into the equation with a vengeance. Like modern day Hindutva is very God focused, it's very deity focused. And regardless of what someone slightly chiller might say online, yeah, no, we don't believe in God. I find that there are two distinct categories of people who talk about Hinduism. One is talking about Hinduism to white people. So
Mhm.
that version of Hinduism will be all chill, spiritual, calm, no punishment, no hell, and everything. And white people are like, oh, wow, this is not at all like my religion. And
Mhm.
then there is another kind about which people will not talk, they will not recommend those books. And these will be books about caste. These will be books about the oppressive practices in the religion. These will be books by Ambedkar, etc. I think a key part of being an Indian atheist, if you truly want to understand what an atheist feels like in Pakistan or in America, will be to see how opposed someone is to the caste system. Because at the end of the day, it still comes from the doctrine of karma. People get their caste from their birth, and they are born into whatever conditions they are born into because of the actions that they performed in the past life. So that is our God. What the position God holds in an Abrahamic society, caste holds in our society. So
Absolutely.
atheism alone might not be punished, but that will be. So that is my position on that.
Very interesting. And the concept of karma is something that karma, sorry.
Yeah, karma.
Anyway,
If you're
karma.
saying karma, you're like westernized and all that.
Yeah. So karma is
Karma.
so I have a lot of very serious problems with that very concept, but I want to let you have a go at it before I tell everyone what my perspective is.
My general perspective on the matter is that what are we exactly doing when we believe in God? We are ascribing consciousness and agency to the universe
Yeah.
or a creator of the universe. But you might as well call it the universe, because if someone is going to justify the existence of God by saying the universe must have a creator, then you can say God must have a creator, and then you're stuck with the same problem. So might as well remove the middleman and make it the universe. These days, a lot of Western commentators of the religious variety also would say that you is love, universe is God, and all that. So what we are doing when we believe in God or saying that God does things is that we are saying there is a cosmic intelligence that concerns itself with the affairs of humans who are one species on one planet in one corner of one galaxy, right? Now, there is a personal aspect to it. There is compassion, there is care, there is listening to prayers and all that. But even if you take all of that away, you are left with karma, which is impersonal. But it is still a principle of the universe, according to religious people who believe in it, that has some kind of interest in human affairs. It concerns itself with goodness and badness. It concerns itself with actions and their consequences. And it is not universal because it does not apply to animals. It applies to human beings. So at the end of the day, karma is God. You just remove the face and the name and the beard and the clothes, but at its core, it is still ascribing some kind of moral quality to the universe, and therefore it can be rejected on the same grounds as we reject God.
Yeah, very true. Have never looked at it that way, but I've looked at it more from the perspective of even if you just take it as its essence of good deeds and bad deeds. And even a lot of Hindus, friends of mine who I've spoken to, basically that whatever goes around comes around, which is the basic concept of it. If you do bad, you will get bad. And
Yeah.
if you do good, you will get fortune and fame and whatever, at least happiness in your life and good luck on the whole. And essentially my problem is that is always seen from a very narrow perspective of the here and now. And like if somebody whacks your wallet or like a girlfriend breaks up with you in a very nasty way, and like she's gonna get what she's got coming, or even from the male perspective that he's
Mm.
gonna get what's coming to him. It'll bite him in the ass later. But when you stretch it out a little bit, at least from my perspective, does that mean that people who have really horrible circumstances right now did something really bad in the past life? That's
Yeah.
almost judging a person without knowing them, saying that street kids or beggar children or something of that sort, and they have probably the worst circumstances under which anyone can live.
Yeah.
And that is essentially passing judgment on what they did in a past life that maybe they had absolutely no responsibility.
Yeah. It's generally speaking, it reduces empathy.
Absolutely. It
Yeah.
just disconnects people from other people. It's just, I find that extremely problematic.
And
And I
of course,
always have.
like that's the social aspect of it, and it is used to justify caste violence and stuff. I am a huge critic of this hustle culture thing that is happening right now.
Hmm.
People say that if you work hard, you will get what you want, and they ignore all the other aspects, all the other factors that go into making someone successful, which is parental wealth and all. So in
Mhm.
America, also, you will see people saying the poor are poor because they're lazy, and the rich are rich because they're working hard. So there's this deification of hard work, which
Yeah.
is counter to everything we know about how society works. And this is, it's almost religious in nature,
Mhm.
right? Because it discounts every other factor. It discounts the fact that you have privilege. It discounts the fact that the other person who's poor does not have access to the resources that you have. The reason they're not articulate in English is because they did not have the opportunity to study English or to live in environments where English was spoken quite
Mhm.
fluently by your parents spoke English, your neighbors spoke English, you were encouraged to pursue English, you were brought books, etc. People
Mhm.
forget all of this. So all of these factors go into the making of something, and then at the end of the day, you have something and someone else does not have something, and you simply say, it's karma. I am so nice that I deserved all this. And there are clearly people who did something bad in the last life. We all know good people who did not get good things and
Mhm.
bad people who got good things. And the only way you can rationally justify it is by saying reincarnation exists. And there is no evidence of that either.